today what we're making is a couple of pasta dishes. So we're going to use panetti, and we're going to make a vegetarian offer with seafood and something a little bit spicy. So we're going to make panetti con salmone. I'll pre-blanch the penny, and by pre-blanching I mean get your water boiling, cook your pasta. If the packet says 7 minutes, probably cook it for 4, refreshen it, and then when you're ready it just needs to be reheated. And then for the smoked salmon, a little bit of julienne smoked salmon, a touch of garlic, spring onions, cream, Napoli, and a bit of Parmesan cheese that we're going to add later on to it. And the second penne dish we're going to make is a very traditional pasta dish sauce. It's called alla matriciana. Get your pre-cooked pasta, the same as we had for the panetti salmone. Julienne of bacon. I find if you cut them in strips, it just sits nicer, it presents a lot nicer. Spring onions. Napoli sauce, what's another name for our tomato sauce. Fresh tomato, salt, pepper, and the most important is chili. So once all that's done, we go up to the stove and start cooking. Okay, so now we're ready to make the first panetti. What's the panetti con salmone? We have all our preparation. I am lucky that we've got the state-of-the-art kitchen, so I've got a built-in pasta cooker. But for you guys at home, a pot of water with a chinoise or a strainer. Don't put your pasta in there yet. Get your sauce made. It only takes a minute to cook once it's already been pre-cooked pasta. If it's not a pre-cooked pasta, start preparing 7 minutes before your sauce is ready. Put your pasta in. So a frying pan, nice and hot. A little bit of butter. Just melt it, don't burn it. It keeps the cream sauces nice and creamy. If you put too much heat, it browns, your sauce will go a little bit grey. A little bit of fresh local garlic chopped up. Again, just sweat it off, don't put any colour on it. We've got our beautiful Australian smoked salmon. For 2 people, a nice generous serve, 80 to 100 grams. Again, to your own liking. A lot of people don't like it too overpowering, but just quite nice. Put a little bit of colour on it, but do not overcook it. It will dry and start to crumble. This stage here, some nice thickened cream and some Napoli sauce. So you want a nice pinky sauce. And it's a preferred taste, but I basically don't like my pastas too runny. I like them a little dry. So this stage here, the sauce is ready. We just take it off the heat for a moment. We have our pre-cooked penne that we're ready to heat up. And it just takes a minute to reheat. Drain well, throw it in. Now a lot of chefs or amateur cooks at home make a mistake in putting the parsley at the chopped parmesan at the start. It just sinks. This is where you combine them with a little bit of parmesan, salt and pepper, chopped parsley. Gives it a beautiful finish. You just want it to coat. If there is a little bit too much sauce, you can reduce it down or add a little bit of parmesan. It will thicken, and that's ready to go on a plate. I love to garnish it with some nice shaved parmigiano, and that's one of our pasta dishes. So for our second penne dish, it's alla matriciana, for someone who likes it a little bit spicy and with a little bit of bacon in it. Again, hot frying pan, a little bit of butter. You find a lot of Italian chefs have got a Some might like butter, some don't. I actually like it. I've worked in a lot of restaurants around the country, and the butter just makes it a little nicer on the palate too. It is, again, depending on what part of Italy you come from. A lot of people use olive oil, but I like a little bit of butter just to sweat the garlic. Our julienne bacon. Our chili. Again, just enough chili to suit your own palate. Don't brown the pan. Then add your Napoli sauce. Again, depending on how saucy you like your pasta, is how much Napoli you put. Make sure you get a lot of heat on it. And I'll put the spring onions. I find if you put the spring onions while you're frying, they tend to colour a little bit too quick. Now, turn that down, let it simmer. Okay, so our pasta's hot. Drain well. There we go. Now, if you don't have the confidence to toss your pasta, just use a spoon. Same result. Salt and pepper again at the end so it could tie the pasta with the cheese. If you put it at the cheese at the start, your parmesan, it will just stick to the bottom of the pan. And again, this method of cooking pasta, it's very dry. It's just to coat the pasta with a bit of flavour. And if the pasta is al dente, you're going to enjoy it very, very much. This is a panette alla matriciana. Traditional Italian pasta is not so saucy. We do it saltati, so it's all tied together. We garnish that with a little bit of shaved parmesan as well. This will go very nice with a glass of Chianti. I hope you enjoyed, and we see you again soon. Ciao.